Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're tackling a fun and relatively straightforward problem called apple redistribution into boxes. This is a great exercise for practicing greedy algorithms. We're going to break it down step by step, figure out the logic together, and then write some clean code to solve it. Let's get started. Here's the setup. We are given two lists of numbers. The first list, called apple, represents packs of apples. So, the first number is how many apples are in the first pack. The second number is the second pack, and so on. The second list, called capacity, represents a set of empty boxes, where each number tells us how many apples that specific box can hold. Our goal is simple. We need to find the minimum number of boxes required to store all of our apples. Let's make sure we really understand the input. We have this list called apple. Think of these as pre-packaged bags you bought at the store. One bag might have one apple, another might have 3, and so on. It might seem important that they are in separate packs, but hold that thought. Then we have our boxes, given by the capacity list. Each number here represents a physical box sitting on the floor. If a box has a capacity of 4, it can hold up to 4 apples. If it has a capacity of 5, it can hold 5 apples. We want to pick some of these boxes to put our apples into. Now, here is the most critical part of the problem statement. The note says, apples from the same pack can be distributed into different boxes. This changes everything. It means we don't have to fit an entire pack of 3 apples into a single box. We can open the pack, put one apple in a small box, and the other 2 in a larger box. Because we can split packs however we want, the individual pack sizes actually don't matter at all. All that matters is the total count of apples we have. Let's walk through an example to see how this works. Suppose our apple list is 1, 3, and 2. If we add those up, we have a grand total of 6 apples. That's our target number. Now look at the capacities. We have boxes of sizes 4, 3, 1, 5, and 2. We need to store 6 apples using the fewest boxes possible. So how do we use the fewest boxes? Well, logic tells us we should use the biggest boxes first. A bigger box gets rid of more apples at once. So let's sort our boxes from largest to smallest. We get 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. First we take the box of size 5. That holds 5 of our 6 apples. We still have 1 apple left. Next we grab the next biggest box, which is size 4. This easily holds our last remaining apple. We've used 2 boxes, and all apples are stored. So the answer is 2. Just a quick heads up. We'll be walking through the solution using Python first, because it's very readable, but don't worry if that's not your main language. I'll be showing the full code for Java, C++, and JavaScript towards the end of the video, so stick around. This leads us directly to our approach, which is a classic greedy strategy. Why greedy? Because at every step, we make the locally optimal choice, picking the largest available box, hoping it leads to the globally optimal solution. And in this case, it does. Step 1, sum up all the apples. Step 2, sort the box capacities from big to small. Step 3, keep subtracting box capacities from our total until we have 0 or fewer apples left to store. Okay, we've talked about the big picture and the logic. Now let's see what this looks like as actual code. I'll put the full solution up on the screen first. And don't worry, after that, we'll walk through the most important sections together. Alright, here's the Python code for the greedy approach. It's surprisingly short, right? We have our function definition, our sum, our sort, and a simple loop. Let's break down exactly what each part is doing. First, the prep work. We use the sum function on the apple list to get our grand total. Remember, we don't care about the individual packs, just the total count. Then, we sort the capacity list. In Python, sort is ascending by default, so we pass reverse equals true to get the biggest numbers at the beginning of the list. This sets us up to grab the largest boxes first. Now for the main logic. We initialize a counter called need to 0. This will track how many boxes we've used. We enter a while loop that runs as long as total apples is greater than 0. Inside the loop, we subtract the capacity of the current box from our total apple count. Basically, we are saying, okay, fill this box up. Then we increment our need counter to move to the next box. We keep doing this until all apples are gone. Finally, we return need. So how fast is this solution? Let's look at the time complexity. We have to iterate through the apple list once to sum it, which takes linear time relative to the number of apple packs, or big O of n. Then, we sort the capacity list. Sorting takes big O of m log m, where m is the number of boxes. The loop is very fast compared to sorting, so the total time is dominated by the sort. For space complexity, if we sort in place, it's efficient, roughly big O of 1, or constant extra space depending on the sorting implementation. Alright, that covers the main solution in Python. As promised, for those of you who code in other languages, I'm about to show the full solutions for Java, C++, and JavaScript. I won't be breaking these down, so just pause the video on your language of choice to check it out. Alright, as promised, here is the full solution in Java. Note that Java sorts in ascending order, so we iterate backwards from the end of the array to get the largest boxes first. You can pause here to study it. Next up, here is the C++ version of the solution. We use accumulate for the sum and sort with r_begin and r_end to get the descending order easily. Feel free to pause and review. And finally, here is the solution in JavaScript. We use a reducer for the sum and a custom comparator in the sort function to ensure we get descending order. Hopefully, seeing it in a few different languages helps solidify the concepts. So, let's wrap it up. What did we learn? First, always check if you can simplify the input. Realizing we could just sum the apples made this problem much easier. Second, this was a classic example of a greedy algorithm, making the best choice right now to get the best result overall. And finally, sorting is a powerful tool to enable that greedy strategy. Alright, before we finish up, I want to quickly show you a personal project I built to solve a problem that always drove me crazy. It's an app called My Daily To-Do. My biggest frustration with every other to-do app was retyping the same things every single day. Go to the gym, review code, work on the daily Leetcode problem. You know the drill. So I built my app around one simple but powerful idea: separating your routine tasks from your one-off tasks. Routine tasks, marked with the little refresh icon, automatically reset for the next day. One-off tasks, like ship new feature, get the little puff of smoke icon, and they disappear for good once you're done. This small change turns a dumb checklist into a smart scheduler. If that sounds useful, you can try it right now on the web. The link is in the description. And one more thing I want to make super clear. Right now, as a thank you for being an early supporter, the app is 100% free. There are no ads and no subscriptions whatsoever. This means you get access to everything, including really powerful features like presets, which let you save entire task lists and load them with a single tap. Now, down the road, creating new presets will likely become part of a premium plan to help support the channel. But, and this is the important part, any presets you create now, while it's all free, are yours to keep and use forever. So it's the perfect time to check it out on the web, play with all the features, and build out your perfect setup at no cost. If you enjoyed this problem and want to keep practicing, the learning doesn't have to stop here. I've organized all my video solutions into handy playlists. Whether you're looking to grind through more Leetcode easy, medium, or hard problems, or you want to master a specific topic like sliding window or dynamic programming, I've got a playlist for you. It's the perfect way to focus your study sessions. Go to the playlist tab and find a playlist that fits your goals. Also, if you're looking for even more Leetcode problems beyond the daily challenge, I've started a second channel called Leetcode Unlocked. It's where I'll be posting solutions to a ton of other problems. So if you're serious about your interview prep, be sure to check it out. The link is in the description below. Hope this Leetcode solution breakdown made sense. If it helped, give that like button a click, maybe subscribe for more, or drop a comment if you have questions. Make sure to turn on the notification bell so you know straight away when I upload a video, because I upload videos daily. If you want to support the channel, a few people have asked how I plan my solutions. I'm a big fan of sketching out the logic and data structures on a tablet before I code. It really helps. I've put affiliate links in the description to the tablet I use and a few other good options. Using those links doesn't cost you anything extra but really helps me out. Or, if you're feeling generous, there's always the Boba Fund. Keep coding, and I'll catch you in the next one.